Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome back to more escapades with Euro Truck Simulator 2. Valentine's Day is here. The Valentine's Day event started today. We've got our first load hooked up here. It's Truck Love with a couple of birds and a heart on it. And we are going to take it from where we are in Salzburg down to Graz, Switzerland. If we take a look at our map, and kind of my rough plan for this, you have to make 14 deliveries. Doesn't look like there's any minimum distance requirements, so I'm just picking kind of the shorter ones here. Salzburg down to Graz, and then I'd like to head down into the Balkans to explore more of this area that we haven't seen yet. So the rough plan today will be to do two deliveries, Salzburg to Graz, then Graz somewhere southeast for our next one, getting us closer to that unexplored territory. Let us get on the road here. Game time. There's lots of things to talk about too. A lot of announcements since we've been back in the game and stuff like that. But we have, what is it, Tuesday at just shy of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we should arrive shortly, about 8 o'clock or so. Let me get my mirror up here on the side. Pretty good so far. Okay, and if you saw the last event in Kansas, the last episode from Kansas, an American Truck Simulator, I really cranked on the events because I had let a little bit of the Christmas event go. I had 4 deliveries left to go, and I had 5 cities yet to make deliveries to in 5 deliveries yet to make deliveries to in Kansas. Cranked those out over the weekend and made the Kansas episode for American Truck Simulator, and now back here in Euro Truck Simulator, the point was I got kind of reckless, right? I'd been driving a lot and I was trying to kind of not hurry through it, but it was getting kind of late and I had a lot left to drive, so I was kind of rushing, right? And when I rush in this game, I run into things and I hit things. So I kept picking up like consistent little itsy bitsy damages all along the way. And if you saw the episode, you'll know I hit a few things, had a couple accidents and stuff like that. But now I'm trying to reset now because we've got 14 deliveries. This is actually a short event, right? It just goes, I think, a little bit past Valentine's Day. So if you're going to do this event in the game, you do not want to dally because it's 14 deliveries and not a lot of time to make it. So we got to get our focus face on if we try to get this one. But my point is, I'm not going to be rushing today. So I'm going to try to do these, aiming for, as usual, the perfect delivery. That's not really the Zilla Trucking standard of delivery, but it's certainly at least something that we aspire to. And I try to hit less than like 3 or 4 things every delivery. So, but looks like we got good weather. I'm excited to be back. A lot of announcements and things to talk about. Let's check in as we get a little bit further down the road as we get out of Salzburg here. So we're half an hour into the drive so far. We've got some highway driving. Looks like it's going to be kind of an easy ride here. We've got good weather, nice visibility, and some 2-lane highways here. So in the range of challenging truck driving in Euro Truck Simulator 2, this is looking pretty moderate here, pretty easy drive. But lots of things to talk about in the American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator world, and for the first time really in the Euro Truck Simulator 2 world, right? Because we kind of know the progression path going forward for Euro Truck Simulator in that we have the Greece, we got to get off here, right? Yep. We have the Greece DLC coming up, which is going to be next. But then there was recently announced, do I go right? Looks like I do, yeah. Then after I kind of have to pay attention and talk at the same time here, which is always a challenge. Derecha, that's this way, right? I want to talk about the Spanish too, because I got another story too, but that's for later. But anyway, yeah, so we get, the Greece is going to be the next DLC. Oh, too fast here. Lots of things going on. We have the Greece DLC is next, but then there was announced the Nordic expansion, which really looks like it's going to be the kind of the upper half of Sweden, Norway, perhaps Finland and things like that, which should be fantastic, which makes me think too, because I definitely want to get to that territory in Pro Mods before it gets switched over to the regular content. So, and I mentioned this on the American Truck Simulator episode 2. I'm going way too fast here. I mentioned this on the American Truck Simulator episode 2, but as soon as this event is done, I want to go back into the Pro Mods career. So we have the Pro Mods career here for ETS2, and then I call the Big World career. And American Truck Simulator, we've added Alaska, coast to coast. And the last time we left off, we were in Mexico. So as soon as kind of get through the Valentine's Day event here, expect Pro Mods content on this. And I think, given that Norway is coming out, it's going to be a while. It might be as much as a year, right? Because they have to get to Greece, and then it's not necessarily super fast for them to produce, cutting these cars off in that other lane, it's not necessarily super fast for them to produce DLCs in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So I assume it might not even be this year. But having said that, I think we should go from Iceland over to Norway and explore some of that territory in Pro Mods before we head to other warmer places. So speaking of mountains, we've got some beautiful mountains in front of us here. It's just a gorgeous drive in Switzerland. It's a really nice route here. So we'll keep chugging down the road. 2 hours left on our delivery. We'll see you as we get closer to the end of this first delivery. And many other things to talk about.
Precaución, por favor, tenga en cuenta la velocidad.
Oops, I don't think we're supposed to be in this lane. This is for cars. They're gonna let us through? I hope we don't back up here. Oh, seriously? Okay. Oh, and then there's cars behind us. Now what do we do? Trillion, help me out! We've got cars behind us and this is not gonna open, right? Oh, there's no cars behind us. They moved. Did they move? Oh, there is a car behind us. Okay, there's only one way to solve this, right? Which is to kind of gently nudge that car out of the way. Hopefully we can do that. It's going to be a fine, and we're going to lose our perfect delivery, but I hope this car backs up. What if I hit the horn? Is that going to clear him up? Is he backing up behind us? That would be cool. I just don't think they're going to do that, though. Maybe, are we pushing the car behind us out of the way? I'm a little baffled here. It looks like we are. He seems to be perfectly okay with it here. And we have not gotten a damage result yet. It's actually working out splendidly. Is he actually... No, he's not backing up. I can see him over there in that mirror. Kind of spinning him out of the way here. Okay, this was unanticipated, but... it's actually working out pretty well. If I can just go nice and slowly here, creating major traffic jams here. Okay, that's not too bad. Now we can go this way. If we can get around this car, get over here. Could I get this without ruining the perfect delivery? That would be amazing. But you're going to like nick that car and it's going to give us a fine. Got to hit it very slowly. Okay. Just a very normal toll booth crossing here. Whoa. Are Switzerland toll booth crossings always this way? I forgot that there was... Oh, toll paid. Yes, I thought we had a fine, but we didn't. Just paid our... They took our toll money. All right, so we've left a little bit of carnage behind us there. No problems. It's all good. Focused. Not getting sloppy or anything like that. See as we get further down the road. Still can't believe we've got a perfect delivery so far. There's no way we should have a perfect delivery. To be fair, though, right? In real life, if that happened, you would get out and you'd say, I can't get through the gate. Or the person would come out and they'd open the gate for you. They'd say, stupid truck driver, you're in the car lane. You can't do this. But they're not going to make you back up and mess up. They would open the gate, you'd pay. They'd figure something out, right? They might yell at you, but they would be a human being and let you go through. So you wouldn't have to back up and push the cars out of the way. So I feel like somewhat justified in doing that because it's a little bit unrealistic that what we just had to do, we would have to do in real life. Anyway, I'm babbling. We'll see as we get closer to our final destination. We are in Graz now. I wonder if that's how you... Actually, I confess, I'm not sure that's the exact pronunciation. Apologies to anyone from Switzerland if I've butchered this. But we are almost there. We've got our lights on to avoid the fine for driving with our lights off. I just remembered that about a half an hour ago. And I'm curious to see what kind of parking we get. I feel like after driving so much over the weekend that maybe my parking mojo is back to... I'm not sure it's close to what it was before, but for a while there I felt like I was really starting to get decent at parking, and then we've been kind of sporadic in how I've been able to play over the past few months. I feel like it's gotten pretty rusty again now. Kind of sense of when to turn and how to turn. And then adjusting, I've always found it challenging to adjust between Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. We talked about that quite a bit, but it can be really challenging to shift here between the two games because the turning aspect of both... What? In there? Really? Oh, look, they put the Schneider one there just to box us in. Yeah, but... And they got another one there in the way? Oh, man, this is actually kind of challenging here, right? Because we got to go around this thing here in front of us and then curl it right in over there. So, how do we do this? I feel like we need to go forward here and then do our best. Wow, that's like completely blocked. Okay, so we'll come over here, straighten the trailer out, then we will just try to tuck it right around. This is a nice, challenging parking job. I'm not sure I like that angle. Let's straighten it out a little bit. By the way, if you've watched some of the episodes, you'll notice that I do time some of these. I like to at least time the 90 XP ones. And what I constitute the start point is when the truck starts going backwards. So like right here would be the starting point for this one. And let's see what we can do. I'm going to come as close as I can to this Schenker truck without hitting it here. Pretty good. Now I got to get about halfway around this before I can start to bend it, right? Not yet, not yet. Not yet, because we'll hit it. And now. Because I can't see that other side until we get around it, but I feel like we really got to crank the angle to get it into that corner again, right? Something like this. And now start to straighten it out. Just kind of doing this all by feel here. Now straight, I think, right? It's over here. Oh, it's over here more. Oh, we really got to crank it. Okay. Yikes. Okay, I think I got it, though. This is not too bad. I went too tight. I butchered it. I don't think I can make that turn, right? Okay, but what we can do is we can go forward and get it. Alrighty. So straightened out now. It's a blind back too, which is really hard. So I'm looking up in that mirror over there to try to get it right. Oops, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Ah, fix it. Might work. We might be able to drop it in. They might give it to us. Nope. But I think we can adjust its forward. That was tricky. I felt like that would be really good to... I felt like I should be able to get this in one shot. But I didn't. This is I like this one. This was a very challenging parking job. Home. That's close. Very close call. But we're here. Okay. That I really like that parking. That was a fun, challenging parking job. That was interesting. I like how you swerve around the truck. I wonder if we could have approached it differently. Sometimes I feel like that's the hard part, is solving the puzzle of how to line the trailer up. That's half of it. And if I do that right, it can be a lot easier. All right, Haulin Hearts, delivery number 1 of 14. There we go. Let's. I'll find another job and then we'll be off on the road again.
Sound Ljubljana. Okay, Ljubljana.
So we got a job, pick up right across the street. You can see it's just very, very close. So we just have to kind of zip around the corner here, zoom in here, and then we can pick up our trailer. And we're going off to Ljubljana, Croatia. I did look, however, and I checked out the pronunciation of Graz. It's not Graz, it's Graz, I believe, right? So you say it more like a TS type of thing. But here is our next trailer full of gifts for Valentine's Day, not Halloween, Valentine's Day. We'll grab these and be on our way. It looks like a nice maybe 2.5 hour journey. So let's get this hooked right up and then we will see you out on the road here. Just driving through Graz here right now, and this is actually really well done. And I'm wondering if this was a city that they reworked at some point, because it feels like the graphics are so much better than the older content from like Germany and France. This looks just really kind of... I know they're reworking a lot of the older cities and stuff like that. I feel like maybe this is one of the ones they've redone, because this is really shining and a really nice example. It's a beautiful city in the way they've carved it out. And I don't remember a lot of those earlier cities in the game that were with kind of the original content quite at this level. So this looks really, really good. Now we do have a question mark coming up on the left here. I would like to pick it up, but it looks like we might have to be on the left-hand lane, and if we pull off and get it. I do want to go get it just because we're right here. Probably it's not a truck dealer, but it's probably a recruiting agency. So we'll go left here and see if we can pick this up, though. Wow, the weather's gotten bad here. I know the weather got updated with one of the recent upgrades. I don't think I've seen, maybe because I had the winter mod on, that I've not seen lightning storms like this. This is really good. Very well done. The thunder's crashing. Nice. This drive got a lot more interesting now, too. The thunder, the sound is better. This is good.
Mantente a la izquierda.
Whoa, okay. Are the roads slippery when it rains? Because I had no traction on that corner. That was crazy. So I wonder if they've added... Have I just missed all this stuff? Have they added kind of weather effects for wet roads and things? Because that corner, I mean, you saw that. I barely could make that corner. It was just avoided catastrophe there. Still a perfect delivery. Last delivery was perfect, even though we nudged those cars out of the way on the toll booth there, and then we almost racked ourselves up here. Now there's another question mark down there. I feel like I should go get it while we're here, and it's just going to take a second to hop back on the highway. And this is a short delivery, so I'll go grab this question mark. Looks like another recruitment agency, maybe. We'll be able to hire any drivers we want now. But okay, we'll see as we get back out on the highway here. Unless something else crazy happens with the storm. About an hour into our drive now, and the nastiness has continued here. This is much better than it used to be before. I think with that Sky update, they must have done a little bit more with the weather here and I've just not experienced it yet because the road sheen is good. I like the fact that the roads are a little bit differently handled when they're wet. At least that's what it feels like to me. The lightning effects and the sounds are so much better. This is so much more visceral experience of being in a thunderstorm than it was before. This is well done, which makes me wonder, especially considering they had the snow in the Winterland event, like it almost seems like they're heading towards some kind of a seasonal cycle in the game, which would be really fun. I would love to see 4 seasons in the game and have the trees change and everything like that. I'm sure it's a ton of work, right? Because you got to change all the graphics for all of your items, like trees, grass, and all that kind of stuff. So massive undertaking, but I would think it's an obvious missing thing, right? It would enhance the playability, the depth and the playability and the variety of the game if you had that seasonal type of impact in the game. And I wonder how you would do it. I don't know if you'd have it be player controlled or just running on their cycles in the game, so you had like a week was winter, a week was spring, a week was fall. I'd probably be inclined to do it player choice, like to let the player turn it off and things like that, but maybe a week of game time is a season in the world or something. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I think that I've got a sense that must be coming, right? And then Nerdy Nana was saying that they've added a feature where you can actually step out of the truck now and walk around the truck in beta mode. It's not quite, apparently she thinks it's not quite working yet, but that's a pretty cool tool. That would actually help for parking and things. Because I like to, one of the house rules again is that when the truck's moving, except for like showing occasional just outside views and stuff like that, I like to do first person view, backing up in particular, because I feel like it's much harder to do it that way. But to be able to get out and walk around the truck as you're lining up something to back up, that would be really helpful. So that'd be a good one too. And lastly, as we kind of head into our last hour of the trip here, I did want to mention we have 2 experiments going. One is our hired driver AI. I haven't done an update on that for a while. I put in quite a bit of driving with the Christmas event here, so I'll have to do an update on that pretty soon again. And then we started a new experiment, which was to answer the question, do trucks matter? Again, call back on, I think it was our previous episode or the one before that, where we bought 2 expensive trucks, 2 cheap trucks, and a truck in the middle and put them all in the same city. Then we're going to see which trucks make the most money. We try to give them, as much as possible, try to give them identical drivers. So I haven't checked that yet either, so I don't quite know what's going on with that. I'll have to take a look at that. I'm kind of curious. I do think the answer is kind of obvious, but I'll be kind of curious to see how it works out. Anyway, about 51 minutes more to go. We'll see as we get closer to the destination here. We have arrived in Ljubljana. Just about 5 minutes left. We were here early on, and I think right as the Balkans came out, so almost a couple months ago, I guess, 2-3 months ago. But just a short series of rotaries, and we should be there. Kind of taking the liberties of crossing these lanes here, but left-hand turn. I'm curious to see what kind of parking we get again. I don't know if we've been to this place before, but we've certainly, with all the yellow lines on our GPS, we've certainly driven around here quite a bit.
Has llegado a tu destino. Su guía de ruta ya está terminada.
Just a 40. Just right there. That's not so hard. Okay, this is not the way to do this one. I'm going to line it up right here. Yeah, now I feel like we're lined up to it better. That was a better way to approach it than the way we were trying to do it, which was really a bad angle here. Okay, let's see if we can get this. That was better. It's about as, yeah, it's nice and balanced too on either side. I mean, not perfect, but pretty good. We're here. Second delivery in Valentine's Day. I'm going to stay on top of this event. We're not letting it go until the last day. I'm going to hop all over at 219 kilometers. We are pretty close now to level 36 too, which is the last skill point. Oh, looks like next episode we might get that. That's a reason for celebration, I think. Here we go. 2 out of 14. Be back again, probably jump over to American Truck Simulator for our next Valentine's Day deliveries. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, have a great day, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye.